Today, we are going to talk about the absolute pinnacle of sales in your gym, which is how to sell high ticket programs. I'm JP and I was a gym owner. I happily sold my gym a year ago. I want to help you today make more money with less people in your gym by figuring out how to sell high ticket. Now, I put in a couple of previous videos where it was the minimum thing you need to do in your gym is to offer people a free trial class and have an easy way to convert them, which we call the Netflix close, or a free week trial close, basically. And then option 2 is going to be to figure out how to sell mid-ticket programs. Now, one thing that we'll get into in a later video is actually how to have that sales conversation with people, because that's super important. And a mid-ticket program and a high-ticket program, you're going to have very similar conversations with people. That low-ticket offer, you don't need to have any kind of a sales conversation. Doesn't need to be a deep discovery process at all. But let's get into it. So the big difference between the mid-ticket program and the high-ticket program is the qualifying process. And I'll go over exactly what the program is for high-ticket that I used to sell in my gym. But basically, it matters where your leads are coming from, and it matters where they're qualified. Now, I used to run Facebook ads and get as many leads as I could handle. In fact, I would have to turn my ads off or lower my ad spend because I would be getting too many leads. If that's not a problem you have yet, then you should check out the free course down below, the Leads Accelerator course that I put together for you, because if you install that thing in your gym, it's a system and it works, and you will get as many leads as you can handle. But basically, you're getting so many leads and you're getting them from various sources. Obviously, people who are local and who know about you and who are warm and hot traffic, those people are going to be easier to sell to. But let's talk about the colder traffic, because that's going to be the hardest person to convert. So if you can convert cold traffic, then you can certainly convert warm or hot traffic a lot easier. Those people are much more ready to buy. But the number one thing that you can do to get somebody primed for that high ticket sale or for a sale in general is to add in a discovery call. And so what that is when you're running ads or someone's coming in, instead of just bringing them into your gym for a consult, you do a discovery call, which is a pre-screen. The call does a couple of things. It sets your doctor-like frame of authority. You know, like I would pick up the phone and say, hey, this is JP from CrossFit Sonalta. I've got a schedule for a 10-minute call about now. Does that sound right to you? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Well, here's what we're going to do on the call, and you go through the agenda, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to walk through the discovery call, but you're pre-qualifying. It's like an interview. If that person doesn't remember, they don't seem interested, they don't have a goal in mind, such as typically weight loss is what we do. They really just are like, there's no urgency in the problem. Hey, how important is it for you to solve this problem right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, it's like a 4. Hey, cool. And then you ask another question. Hey, honestly, I don't think it's a good fit. Send them to your local whoever next door. But it sounds like a lot of work. But I can't tell you, after running over $100,000 worth of ads for gym owners, how many times I've heard the phrase, the leads are low quality. Well, yeah, because you're letting them get to your doorstep before you're turning them away. Do you want to spend an hour with everybody that fills out a form on the internet? I don't. I'd much rather have a 5 or 10-minute phone call to qualify that person for an hour of my time, where I set a framework of authority and say, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we can help you. Now, to be clear, I'm not being like bossy or demanding whatever, but like, you naturally respect a doctor. Just in our society, that is what we do. And you want to set that framework of authority. Ultimately, we always want to be an advocate for that person. Hey, I'm going to do what's best for you. We're gonna sell with safety and be an advocate for them. But you do have to set that framework of authority, because it allows you to control the dance, right? You lead the dance, and it allows you to set those higher prices. So make sure you are putting in that 10-minute discovery call process so somebody doesn't come in and waste an hour of your time. At the end of your discovery call, you are going to assign them homework, right? Hey, what's the real reason? Why is it so important for you to make this change in your life right now? I want you to text me back before your appointment. I'm also going to send you a little bit of homework just in terms of a video to watch before you come in. And I'll make sure that, both those things happen before our appointment's confirmed. Okay, I got to go. Bye. Boom. Hang up the phone. And so what happens is that person will typically send you a reply to why they want to come in if they're interested. And if they don't, obviously they won't. And you can even cancel, say like, hey, in order to keep your appointment, just make sure you send me that text. And what happens to people who are seriously interested in high ticket programs is they send you what we call a love letter, where they just spill their guts. I've tried this, I've tried that. I'm so unhappy with this, et cetera, et cetera. And man, it just primes them for a real conversation when they come into your gym instead of just, BSing around, which we don't want to do really ever, right? And then the other thing is, if you have it, which you should get working on it if you don't, at least, it was a really good conversion tool, is to send them a video like, hey, here's some success stories from our members. They were just like you. And, you make a quick testimonial video, you put your logo in the front, you go on Fiverr, you get an editor, you just get it done. And you send this video to people about their transformations. That's a couple of minutes long, and you increase that buy-in. You warm up that person. You create even more authority and credibility for yourself. So they send you a message and you give them a little bit of Kool-Aid to drink so they buy into your process, and then they show up primed for that meeting. Now, this person that you've done this legwork for, and yeah, it's more work, but you're looking to sell somebody on a $2,000 program versus a $200 membership or less. This person is way more primed to be receptive to that conversation, right? So you go through your conversation, right? And obviously you have to be a good salesperson as well. But you figure out where they want to go. You figure out where they are now, why they failed in the past, what they've tried, et cetera, et cetera. What are the kind of the stumbling blocks? You get all that stuff out. You position your program as the solution, and then boom, you make your offer. Now, sometimes a person will come in and they're genuinely not a good fit for that high ticket, in which case you can sell that mid ticket or that just basic membership offer. So make sure to sell the right thing to the right person, because if you're trying to jam a square peg into a round hole, doesn't fit, it's not going to be enjoyable for anyone. So just make sure you actually are aligning with that person who is in front of you, who is a human being. Because I know sometimes in sales, at least I could get that way where I want to win. I'm looking for the outcome here, which is not a great way to sell, because when I'm doing that, I'm not being an advocate. I'm being a hardcore closer, which nobody wants to feel like they're backed into making a decision. So we're always trying to lead that person towards what's in their best interest, right? Being an advocate, right? We're not buddy-buddy because I'm your doctor, but I'm doing what's best for you. I'm prescribing what's best for you. So the actual program that I used to sell was really simple. I would either sell a very expensive version of it, which would be somewhere more like $5K, which would include done-for-you meals delivered to your house. It would be personal training, and then it would be weekly accountability sessions. Or I would do one that's $2,000, and it would be 5 group sessions a week with a weekly accountability meeting. And you take people through this process. And obviously, you're doing nutrition, you're doing accountability, you're doing mindset work. You're adding layers, you're adding value to what is essentially like that 6-week challenge process, where you're going deeper with that person, right? You're looking a little bit more at, you're not trying to be a psychologist here, but you're looking a little bit more at the habits and the whys and the patterns and all that stuff. And you're trying to create break some beliefs, and you're trying to create some paradigm shifts for this person so they can really see themselves, in a new light and make those changes they've been wanting to. So you are going another layer deeper, and that's what that extra hour appointment is for a week. So, and I used to charge $2,000 for 9 weeks. Now, that being said, there are different plays on this that you can do. And one of the big things is the gym owners, don't assign what's in your wallet to what somebody's willing to pay, because someone's going to show up in a purple Lamborghini and they're going to pay whatever you ask because they buy the most expensive thing because they're driving a purple Lamborghini because they can. Nobody needs that. So just make sure you have these items on the menu, and get out of your own way when it comes to selling them. So this is the top tier of sales as it relates to gyms. There's an offshoot of this as well, which I'll talk about in a second. That if you get into this style, I know a lot of people that really love this style versus like, oh, it feels like I'm just selling like product, program. I want to sell something custom. So again, you have the bottom, which is that free offer. You have that mid-ticket sale, and you have that high-ticket sale. Now, kind of adjacent to that high-ticket sale is what we call prescriptive selling. And I'm talking about it now because it's very close. And prescriptive selling is basically, cool, you have this goal, and it's going to take this much time to get there. And so you just take whatever your program costs per month and multiply it by that much. So let's say that you have that $2,000 program and it's going to take somebody 6 months. Okay, great. So, the cost for you to get this result is going to be $12K, right? That's going to be the cost. Now, I'm so excited that you're ready to do this. I'm going to give you a fast action discount of 20% off if you decide to sign up today and pay in full. If you can pay half, I'll give you 10%. And if you want to do a payment plan month to month, we can totally do that as well. That's how I would sell PIFs or high ticket things, etc. But it's basically just taking the same program and saying like, this is how long you need to reach your goal. So this is going to be the total cost. And we can do it in A, B, or C. You want to save some more money, you do it this way. You want to save blah, blah, blah. Or if you want to go month to month, we can do it that way, right? Or we can do a payment plan for you. Boom. I also found that if you feel like you are scared to say the price, good. And if you feel like you're going to backpedal on the price, instead of backpedaling on the price, just say like, hey, we can totally do a payment plan. Obviously, the more cash you collect up front, the better. But letting it known that you do make a payment plan, because a lot of times people, they know that they can spend the money. They're just looking for a way to justify it, a way to kind of ease into it. And so a payment plan will help people get over that initial like, ooh, he said how much money for the gym? Anyway, so that is the key to high ticket, is priming people with the discovery call and with that little bit of homework, and making sure you give people that extra layer of coaching and of change that they're looking for in the console. Like, no, we're not just going to do this thing and this thing here, which are more surface. We're going to go that one layer deeper, right? That's the extra hook to how you sell those high ticket programs. So if you've gotten some value from the video so far, smash that like button and share it with a gym owner who's looking to sell high ticket. Now, the last thing I'll talk about a little bit is models, right? What is your gym model like? So, and this is a whole nother topic for a whole nother video, but it is basically, are you running a really low ticket, high volume, right? Which is like a boot camp. You're looking to do 300 members at like $49 a week. Are you doing more of a mid ticket? I mean, let's classify it as mid ticket compared to a boot camp. I mean, because you have also big box gym, which is like $20 a month for thousands of people. Boot camp, you have CrossFit, which is, let's say, $200 a month for an average of 150 members. And then you have small group PT, right? Which is your minimum small group is $400 a month. And then PT, which is going to be minimum $1,000 a month. So, it helps to figure out what model you are and what you're trying to replicate, to know what to sell more of. Like I've got someone who I do their marketing for, and his gym is capped. Like he literally can't fit more people in the gym. So what is he going to do? He's going to switch to start selling high ticket, right? You don't have to wait until your gym is capped to do that. That's why I made this video series of the different types of sales that are possible. Because if you just want to get more gym members, the free trial close is a pretty easy way to do it. If you want to get gym members that are worth more, that ascend easier up a value ladder, mid-ticket is a way to do it. If you want lower volume, you have less space, or you just don't want to work with as many people, then high ticket is a great way to do it. It just takes a little bit more work. And as a final thought on all this stuff, which is actually really important because I've gone and I've sold all these things in my gym, is stick to one of these processes when you do it and see it out, because it's going to take you about 90 days to really get the hang and the rhythm of all these things. You've got to get good. If you're going to do high ticket, you've got to get good at discovery calls. And then you've got to get good at having that high ticket conversation, which is talking about that extra layer of depth and how you're really looking for, change at the core of that person, et cetera, et cetera. If you've never done it, then you've got to give yourself some time and some repetitions to get good at it before you say, this doesn't work. Also, if you've never sold a program over $1,000 or a couple $1,000, getting out of your own way is actually going to take a little bit of time as well, until you have somebody that walks in that's just going to buy your thing and gives you that boost of confidence. And the real boost of confidence always comes from the results that you deliver on those programs as well. So that's why I say 90 days, because you should have somebody in your program and you should see the results that you've produced from that program to give you the confidence that it's actually worth the value that you're charging. So anyway, that's going to do it for the day. Again, if you're looking to generate more leads, as many leads as you can handle, click the link below to get the free Leads Accelerator course, and stay tuned for the next video.